Heavyweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk. 100.2 kilograms for the unified heavyweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk.
It was going to be big man comes to throw big punches,
Exactly,
and it was more than.
but that's what's been expected. So, and that's what I said. I'm gonna do something that people do not expect, and I think that was something that worked, and we worked on ourselves really hard.
Fight Egypt was crazy. I mean, we got a fight that I never expected we would see. You know, it's my job to hype the fights up, and I was honest. I said, look, I don't see Rico as a chance.
Breaking news. Total chaos exploded during the rematch weigh-in face-off after Rico Verhoeven suddenly threw a water bottle at Oleksandr Usyk. Security rushed in as both fighters shouted angrily at each other in front of stunned fans. The rivalry has now turned deeply personal, making this rematch even more dangerous and explosive.
And believes that he has the right to also have a challenge like this. So look, it's a fascinating one. It's one that I think we know the outcome, but maybe we don't know how the outcome happened.
Johnny Nelson delivers the most direct message to Rico after the water bottle incident. He says Rico has got to learn. He has all the ingredients to be a world champion. But this behavior is not the behavior of a champion. It is the behavior of someone who is completely out of control and heading for disaster.
Well, as long as he learns from that fight, he can go as far as he wants to go. He's got to learn. He's got to learn from the mistakes he's made. He's got to make sure, there's a discipline. He's got all the ingredients to be.
Oleksandr Usyk gave the coldest response after Rico threw the water bottle at the weigh-in. Usyk called it bad behavior and said this is no longer about sport. This feels like a real street fight now. Then came the chilling warning as Usyk said if his team gets threatened, he will respond inside the ring. Fans believe Rico may have just awakened the most dangerous version of Usyk before this massive showdown.
It's bad behavior first. Enough. Yeah, it's a little bit about sports. It's like street fight, yeah. If my men who support me, yeah.
Eddie Hearn steps forward, and the concern on his face is completely genuine. He says Rico is going to be dangerous. His attributes still exist regardless of his mental state. The size, the power, the tools, they are all still there. But then Eddie drops the most painful observation of everything. He says he sees a kid in pain. He cannot understand how the people around Rico can watch his behavior, throwing water bottles at world champions, and feel even remotely comfortable with any of it.
He's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, I've got to be honest with you, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behavior.
Frank Warren is absolutely not happy with Rico, and everyone within a mile of him knows it. He says he does not like things like this. It is completely ridiculous. These scuffles, this nonsense, this water bottle throwing at Usyk at weigh-ins. This is exactly where everything goes completely and totally wrong for everyone involved. Frank says he has not even had a chance to speak to anybody yet, because what Rico just did is so completely unacceptable that Frank Warren is genuinely lost for words for the first time in his entire boxing career.
I don't like things like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, and you see these scuffles and all this nonsense at press conferences, and that is where it goes wrong. There's a little cut.
The boxing world erupts with complete and total disgust at Rico throwing that water bottle at Usyk. They call it disgraceful, shameless. They say Netflix should be absolutely ashamed of being associated with this entire clown show, because this was supposed to be a professional weigh-in for the most anticipated rematch in combat sports. And Rico turned it into a complete and utter circus by throwing a water bottle at the undisputed pound for pound number one like a petulant child. Absolutely unforgivable.
disgraceful, shameless. Netflix themselves, who want to be taken seriously as a boxing network, should spit on their own face for putting on such a clown stat. That is unbelievable. Because
where he was making shots miss his whiskers by millimeters. Some of them big right hands that have rendered people unconscious in round 1 and round 2 many times.
Tyson Fury steps in, and despite everything that just happened with Rico throwing that water bottle, he still manages to deliver the most tactical and most interesting hint about how Rico can actually win this rematch. Fury says, "Just do the best you can," and then almost accidentally reveals the entire blueprint. Rico hurt Usyk with a body shot before, put him down heavily. So maybe Rico can land that same body shot and put Usyk down again. But here is the brutal truth. Usyk has been in camp preparing for exactly that body shot. And Rico throwing water bottles instead of focusing on tactics is not exactly inspiring confidence in anyone.
Knock him out. Because I wouldn't say that, because it's in England and, you know, it's on his home show, so just do the best you can, that's it. Best you can. It hurt him before with a body shot, put him down heavily, so maybe he can land that same body shot, put him down again.
Duke McKenzie delivers the most powerful and most uncompromising verdict of the entire weigh-in situation. He says if it was him, take Rico's license away, because you simply cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. You cannot throw water bottles. You cannot behave like a street thug. You cannot show complete and total disrespect to the sport and to your opponent. Duke says this is a sport where you can literally lose your life inside that ring. And someone who behaves like Rico behaved at this weigh-in, throwing objects at the world champion, does not deserve to be part of the most serious and most dangerous sport in the entire world.
If it was me, take his license away. You know, because you cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. Not if you're going to put on a pair of gloves and get inside that square circle and physically fight somebody, and potentially you could easily lose your life.
Ade Oladipo steps forward after Rico throws that water bottle at Usyk, and he is completely and totally stunned by what he just witnessed. He tries to be fair. He says maybe there is an explanation. Maybe something got into the situation from other means. He knows that sounds completely crazy, but he wants to give Rico the benefit of the doubt. That is a genuinely good person trying desperately to be reasonable in the most unreasonable situation imaginable. But then Ade just gives up trying to defend Rico and says the only thing that truly matters right now. This is wild. Honestly and completely wild. Throwing a water bottle at Usyk? What is Rico thinking?
If it's somehow in his system from other means, I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild. Honestly.
Tyson Fury steps forward and delivers the most savage and most perfectly timed message to Rico Verhoeven after the water bottle incident. He says Rico has not even heard bad yet. He has not even started on him. And then Fury calls Rico a big stiff idiot. A weak-minded piece of something completely unprintable. And Fury says, if Rico thinks what he has heard so far is bad, he is in for a very long and very unpleasant onslaught. But here is the most ironic thing about all of this. Tyson Fury is absolutely right about one thing. Because throwing a water bottle at the pound for pound number 1 at a professional weigh-in is genuinely the most weak-minded thing any professional combat sports athlete has done in recent memory. Rico, Fury is not wrong about this one.
I said some bad words about him. I've never said anything bad about you yet, ever. You ain't even heard bad. I haven't even started on you, you big stiff idiot. If you think that's bad, you're on for a verbal onslaught, buddy. You weak-minded piece of
Carl Frock is absolutely livid about Rico throwing that water bottle at Usyk, and he is making absolutely certain the whole boxing world hears every single word he has to say about it. He says it makes a complete mockery of boxing. He calls it a disgrace. He says Rico disgraced that entire weigh-in room with the most childish and most cowardly act imaginable. He uses the word disgusting, and he means every single syllable of it. Carl says Rico should be completely and totally embarrassed with himself. He hopes Rico is embarrassed. Because throwing a water bottle at a man you are supposed to be fighting professionally in a boxing ring is not the behavior of a warrior. It is not the behavior of a champion. It is the behavior of someone who is absolutely terrified of what Usyk is going to do to him on fight night.
just makes a mockery of boxing and just disgust and disgrace the room. I mean, it's disgusting and disgraceful what he's done. He should be embarrassed. I hope he is embarrassed, but it's not acceptable. I don't know why he's done it. So
Johnny Nelson steps back in and delivers the most serious and most consequential message of the entire weigh-in situation. He says Rico needs to behave himself. He is completely distracted. There is too much attention and too much talk and too much nonsense surrounding his camp right now. And then Nelson drops the line that should genuinely concern everyone connected to Rico. He says he is quite sure someone will have a word with the relevant people. The authorities will be involved. Because throwing a water bottle at the world heavyweight champion during an official weigh-in is not something that boxing's governing bodies can simply ignore or sweep under the carpet. Rico Verhoeven has crossed a line that carries genuine consequences, and those consequences are coming whether he likes it or not.
Himself, he's distracted, a lot of attention and talk, and I'm quite sure someone will have a word with Matt, the authorities will have.
And Frank Warren closes everything with the most heartfelt and most honest reaction to everything that unfolded at this extraordinary and deeply troubling weigh-in. He says unfortunately what happened was something nobody wanted. He was doing an interview in another room. He did not even see it happen. And when he came out and heard about Rico throwing that water bottle at Usyk, he could barely believe it. Because Frank Warren has been in boxing his entire life. He has seen everything this sport can produce, the highs and the absolute lows. But watching a professional combat sports athlete throw a water bottle at the undisputed pound-for-pound heavyweight champion of the world during an official weigh-in, that is something even Frank Warren, with all his decades of experience, never truly expected to witness. Nobody wanted this. Nobody needed this. Both men were brought here to fight, to settle everything properly inside those ropes with their fists and their hearts and their preparation, not with water bottles at a weigh-in. Rico Verhoeven, you have embarrassed yourself. You have embarrassed your team. You have embarrassed combat sports. And now Usyk, the most dangerous and most patient champion alive, is sitting in his corner completely calm, completely focused, and completely ready to deliver the most devastating and most complete response imaginable on fight night. The water bottle was thrown Rico. Now get ready for what Usyk throws back.
It's unfortunately what happened, and no one wants it. I didn't actually see it because we were doing an interview in the room and I've come out and I heard about it. No one wants that happening, but both the guys were.
And that is the complete picture, ladies and gentlemen. That is everything you need to understand about why the entire boxing and combat sports world is simultaneously shocked and absolutely furious at what Rico Verhoeven just did at this weigh-in. Because let us be completely and totally honest about what happened here. Rico Verhoeven, a man who was given a chance by the most dangerous pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. A man who was shown respect by Usyk, who said he did not want to break him. A man who was given the most extraordinary platform in all of combat sports, took that platform and threw a water bottle at the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world like a petulant child who cannot control his emotions. And the boxing world watched in complete disbelief. Because this is not how warriors behave. This is not how serious professionals conduct themselves. Duke McKenzie said it perfectly. Take his license away. Carl Froch said it even more perfectly. It is disgusting and disgraceful, and Rico should be absolutely embarrassed. But here is the most important truth of everything that every single person needs to truly understand. Usyk is not angry about that water bottle. Usyk is not rattled. Usyk is not distracted. Usyk is smiling. Because every single act of desperation from Rico, every water bottle thrown, every threat made, every line crossed, just gives Usyk even more motivation to deliver the most complete and most devastating performance of his entire legendary career on fight night. Rico wanted a reaction, he got one, but it will not come at the weigh-in. It will come inside those ropes, with combinations, with power, with the full and complete wrath of the most technically perfect heavyweight champion boxing has ever produced. Rico, you have been warned for the very last time.